Afro Tales Podcast is a part of the Connected Podcast Network. Chef. Yes, Glio. Don't you love how we get to share our stories and recipes? Yes, I enjoy it greatly. Do you know what makes it possible for everyone to hear us? Yes, Glio. Our voices, obviously. True, but it's also Anchor, a hosting platform that distributes the podcast to places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and others. Oh, yes. And isn't everything needed to make a podcast in one place? That's correct. And the best thing of all, Chef, it's free. Free, you say? Free. And all I had to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So, you just had to download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Yep, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and do what we're doing now. Fantastic, Grio. Simply fantastic. I know, Chef. I know.
Hello and welcome. I'm Aman Mazingo, and this is the AfroTales Podcast, a show that will explore the folklore, tales, myths, and legends of the African diaspora. So in today's story, we go into a bit of a fairy tale. And today we have a talking mirror, magical of course, a magical dress, and a magical godmother. It can only be one person, obviously, right? Okay, sit back, relax, and enjoy this story of CatskinElla. CatskinElla. Upon time, there was Ella. Oh, she had a beautiful face. Ella's father wanted her to marry a woodsman, but Ella didn't take to him. Tell him he must give me a looking glass, mirror that can talk. Smiling, she knew that would take time. Her father told the young woodsman what Ella had said. And one day, the woodsman came back with a talking mirror. Mirror said to the father, "See me? I see you." Talking as big as it pleased. Ella didn't know what she would do. She didn't want to marry just yet. So she found her godmother, Maddie, and said, "Oh, Mother Maddie, the woodsman will marry me if I don't watch out." "Tell your daddy to go kill a cat," said Mother Maddie. "He's to take its hide and have a dress made out of it for you. Have him tell the woodsman to give you a ring for the engagement." So Ella told her father, and he did as Mother Maddie said. And soon he got Ella a black catskin dress for the wedding. She put it on. It was skin tight and shimmery. She was dressed up, CatskinElla. And the woodsman gave her a ring over to her father. And Ella's father gave it to her. Now, CatskinElla was in trouble. She still didn't want to be a bride. What to do? She didn't know. So she went back to her godmother. Mother Maddie told her this: "You get ready day after tomorrow to marry the woodsman. Make his dressing room upstairs and you dress downstairs. Have the looking glass mirror right there in your dressing room to talk to. CatskinElla pretended to get dressed up to wed, smooth in that catskin dress just so. She locked the downstairs room strong, with her and the looking glass in it. Then she climbed out the window. Next hour, her father hollered down, "You ready yet, daughter?" "No, not ready yet," the mayor hollered back. Father called down again, and then again, the woodsman called down too. But each time, the looking glass hollered back, "Not ready yet." Finally, Ella's father and the woodsman broke down the door. The father saw the looking glass looking at him, and he smashed it. But CatskinElla had run away, fast as she could. When she saw the king's castle, she went there for safety. She still had her beautiful face. The king's son saw her face, nothing else. Not that scary, skin-tight, catskin dress. He fell away deep in love with her. Everybody else, the king and queen that is, just stared at the catskin. The son found CatskinElla work minding the chickens, so she stayed back there in the little cabin all on her own. And the prince, he snuck back there every day, lovesick. He spied on CatskinElla when she thought she wasn't alone. And see, she shook her catskin gown. It shimmered, and there came those changes. All so pretty dresses, all colors, like the sunlight and moonlight mixed. And CatskinElla looked like a beautiful girl, and not just in her face. The prince went to bed just sick with love. He asked the queen for a good cake made by a pretty hand to comfort him. King commanded the maidens of the kingdom to each make a cake. The best cake maker would marry the ailing prince. All of a sudden, baked cakes came from everywhere, but none suited the prince's taste. He turned away, saying, "How about asking pretty Ella to make me one?" "You mean that girl with the cat skin?" asked the queen. She's got the most beautiful face I ever saw, mama," says the sick prince. Couldn't see nothing else. He was just love blind. So someone told CatskinElla, "The prince wants you to make a cake for him." Ella answered, "Why should I?" "Oh, well, I will. He found me a place to work and a cabin to live in anyway." Ella made the cake and dropped a ring in the batter. Queen put it with the rest of the cakes, but Ella's was the one the prince took a bite of. He didn't know whose cake it was. He took another bite. He bit on the ring, took it up, saw what it was, and smiled. Kissed the ring, put it under his pillow. I'll find out whose finger fits this ring in the morning, he said, and went to sleep. So the next day, the king summoned all the girls there. Each maiden tried the ring, but none could get it on the finger. So Prince called CatskinElla. "Bring her to me quick." "What'd you do that for?" the queen wanted to know. But he called her anyway. The servant brought her in. Ella tried on the ring. "That was easy," she said. "The ring belongs to me." Ella shivered once, shivered twice. She shook her catskin gown just oh so. She glittered and glimmered and shimmered in a dress of precious diamonds. They all had to cover their eyes. Then they saw she was beautiful in a fine gold and silver dress fit for a princess. Just swell down to the little silk slippers she was wearing. All that cat skin vanished off her. Now, she is exactly the one I knew she was, said the prince. Ella, will you marry me? Of course I'll marry you, CatskinElla said. Thank you, Ella, he said back. So they got married and lived happily. But the looking glass mirror never talked out of turn again. They say it was all broken up over everything. The end. Okay, so yeah. This story hit me in a couple areas. Let's talk about a couple things. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. The prince peeping in on CatskinElla in her own apartment. Like, watching her change and everything like that when you think she's alone. Like, bruh, you're creepy. Just so creepy. Like, I don't even know how to say it. Like, you are super creepy, bro. Like, stop that. Do not do that. Men, do not spy on women while they're changing. It is not what you're supposed to do. That is very creepy. Like, you are stalker material when you do that. Let's not do that. But let's talk about the fact that she ran out on the woodsman and then married the prince. I ain't gonna lie. The girl had glow up. She, in her mind, like, she was like, nah, not finna marry a broke dude. Gotta give me somebody better. And not gonna do that. No, but for real, I feel like, I don't know how much time passed between when she left home and when the prince, when she got to the kingdom or anything like that. It only feels like maybe a day or so, but it could have been a while. It could have been a long time. And that may be why the whole pretty face thing came into picture, because she might have been dirty, grungy, you know. That's why he threw her out there with the chickens and everything like that. So to see her, you know, but she had a pretty face, so still saw that. And I don't want people to look at, oh, you have a pretty face, so somebody's always going to help you know. Forget that motif, forget that image, you know. A pretty face isn't everything. Intelligence, you know, is definitely important. Having skills is definitely important. So let's get that. Remember, this is a fairy tale, so pretty and cute and all that, handsome is always going to be the most skillful thing that you can have. But Dad, I think he was just looking out for his daughter. I wonder if he found out that his daughter married the prince. Like, I really do. I really wonder that. I wonder what happened to the godmother. I wonder what happened to the woodsman. Did he just go back and find somebody else? Probably so. But he gave her a ring. Like, my man gave her a ring and got nothing for it. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. What else? Oh, there's so much to this story. Mother-in-law did not like daughter-in-law at all. She was like, no, I don't want this low-level woman in my kingdom. But whiny little prince gets what he wants. But it was definitely the Cinderella motif. You had the mirror on the wall, you know, aspect to it. You had the magical mirror. You had the fairy godmother and Godmother Maddie. So it hits all the motifs. It hits all of them. There are other stories similar to this, Native American stories about the donkey skin and everything like that, where people put on skins and take off skins and stuff like that. But these don't really fit into that motif. I do like the story, though. I think it's fun. I think it's enjoying. I hope you liked it, too. And I hope to do more stories like this. If you know some stories, please email me at AfroTalesPodcast@yahoo.com. Email me any stories that you may know about. All right? And have a good day. Thank you. Thank you for your time. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or iTunes, or wherever you may listen to podcasts. You may also find us on Instagram and Facebook at AfroTalesPodcast, all one word, or on Twitter at AfroTalesCast. Please share, comment, like, leave a rating so others may find us just as you have. Again, I'm Aman Mazingo. This is Afro Tales Podcast, and until next time, have a great day.